Today I'm showing you how to replace the high pressure fuel pumps on a 2014 BMW X5. So first thing you have to do is remove this air box here and this engine cover. So these just pull straight up. There's just rubber grommets. Just take that, get it out of your way. Take these two hose clamps off here and here. Undo the MAP sensors, or the MAP sensors on both sides. The little plug is at the bottom. Sometimes you have to put a little pick to pull out on this thing. I'll show you. The screwdriver works. And then pull it out. Right here, this little gray section, you pull this back and then you can release it. So do that on both sides. Undo both of these clamps, pull this whole assembly out. Once both of these clamps are released and the sensors are, you just pull back on these and you pretty much just pull this straight up. There's just little rubber grommets that hold this in place. With that stuff out of the way, you can see your pumps. They're on both sides, just about central on the valve cover, and you want to release your electrical connection. So pull back on this little gray thing right here at the back and then get a 90-degree pick. It's a little easier than using the back of the plug, you know, the way you intended. I like to just use a pick sometimes and just get in there and release it like that, just like that. You actually less risk of breaking things, and it works well. So it's good to have a pick like this. So now you want to get a wrench and crack these lines loose. Just try to fish this out of the way as best you can. The electrical connection, and then just a 17mm wrench to get both of these lines loose. Unplug this little harness right here just to make it a little bit easier, and I can flip this out of the way better. It's just a little oxygen sensor harness. They're two separate style plugs, so you can't really screw this up. Just pull these both out, and that way you can get them on both sides of the pump like this. Then you got a little bit more room to see in here. Both those lines are loose now. So once you get this thing loose, you're able to kind of, you know, get in here and pull these hard lines away far enough. That one's no problem at all. See, I just moved it far enough away, and then the bottom, kind of the same thing. And then you can get your 5mm Allen and release these two mounting screws on both sides. With that out of the way, you can kind of just take this whole thing and wiggle it. Those two screws loose, and this whole thing should pop out of the valve cover. I'm fighting this lower line right now, so sometimes it helps you can just use your wrench to push down on it slightly. There, now it's out. Crazy. There it is. So obviously, if you take a bunch more stuff out, this is easier. But I'm just showing you how to get these pumps out. So you basically, this is your pump. Stick the new one in the same way you found the old one. Pretty easy to do. There's a gasket right here. Make sure you get your gasket. You don't really have to mess with the tappet on this design or anything like that. You just put a new gasket down and stick the pump down. The other side is the exact same job. It's actually a little bit easier. Just fight the two lines off of that and wrestle around with those a little bit. That's the only real trick. Undo the sensor, undo the two bolts, and yank it out of there. So pretty easy job to do. A lot of times this will resolve low fuel pressure on the high side. It'll be a long crank before it starts. Stuff like that's caused from these things failing. So yeah, that's it. I hope this helps.